What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Justin, and today we're going to talk about something that I think is going to be super controversial and make a lot of you happy. We're going to talk about the community that I am now in, and that is the CrossFit community, the cult of CrossFit. We're going to talk about why I don't think CrossFit is the best test of fitness, objective test of fitness. No. I know before you guys get triggered and trigger happy and all that stuff, I think it's just so hilarious to me, actually, real quick, that CrossFit is so like culty and diehard that I have to preface this video by saying this stuff. Look, I think that CrossFitters, the top elite level CrossFitters, are probably the fittest people on earth. Probably the fittest people on earth. That doesn't mean that I think CrossFit is the end-all be-all test of fitness. And let me explain why. All right. So look, here's the reason, seriously, why I have this opinion. I've been doing CrossFit for 2 years now. I super love competing in it. I love doing all the gymnastics. I love all the skills. I love CrossFit, right? And I'm going to do a whole video on that. But there's something that I have noticed about CrossFit and why, and this really bothers me about it. The thing that bothers me the most is that there's no consistency, right? There's no fucking consistency. And if you know anything about me, my past, I competed in powerlifting, bodybuilding, and strongman in the past, right? And I was prepping for a marathon, whatever. I'm trying to do all feats of fitness by the time I'm like old, right? And CrossFit just so happens to be the thing that I fell in love with the most, to be honest, right? But I've done all three of those sports. And the thing that is objective about those sports and that I love so much is I guess not the thing that's objective, but the thing that I love the most about those sports is that they are objective in nature, right? Bodybuilding, you can kind of, you know, weasel your way around and say it's not really objective, but the thing is, the most shredded person typically wins. The biggest person typically wins, unless there's some sort of political thing going on, you know, like some sort of person doing some sort of fellatio to some sort of judge or something like that. Everybody objectively knows who should at least win a competition. It's up to the judges to choose who they prefer on that day. But the thing about CrossFit that's really tough is that there seems to be no consistency. When you show up to a powerlifting meet, right, there's three lifts, the squat, bench, deadlift. They have the same standards every single time. The USAPL is amazing at this. They're super strict. You have to abide by certain rules or you get no lifted, right? Same thing with Olympic lifting. There's standards that go across to every single meet, and it's always the same movements. You guys can probably guess where I'm going here, okay? So on the day of, when you go to those meets, you know exactly who is the strongest or the fittest based on numbers. There is objective truth. You cannot fight it. Somebody may have missed something. Somebody may not have, showed up on that day, but there's objective truth. Things stay the same consistently throughout time. They never ever fucking change. That's not true for CrossFit. It's just not. So the thing that you might have caught on right there is that the consistency portion is what I have the biggest deal with, or biggest issue with CrossFit. Okay, now you can argue this, that CrossFit is supposed to have the element of surprise, and I agree with that, but because it has that element of surprise, it doesn't give you an objective viewpoint of who is the best all the time, who is always going to be the best, who is showing up. You can have that argument of some people show up on one day, some people don't show up on the other, and yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but still, because the standards are not the same from contest to contest, the movements are not always the same from contest to contest, you can't actually make a decision on who is the fittest. You just know who the fittest of that day is, or who the movement's favored for that day, as a matter of fact, right? Skills don't necessarily transfer to fitness either. Just because somebody can do 15 muscle ups, right, in a row, and somebody else can only do 14, doesn't mean that that person's going to be better at a 5 or 10K than the other person. Do you guys get what I'm saying? It's like, this is the problem with CrossFit. And I love it. I love that. I love that it's the competition, but I think this nonsense of we need to that this is like the end all be all test of fitness is just, it is nonsense. It's completely nonsense. And here's one of my big arguments too, is from what I understand, you guys will start to see that I like to do CrossFit more so than I like to pay attention to it, because I don't know. It's just, that's how I am with sports, right? And I do pay some attention, as I do these videos, I'll pay more attention because I understand that I need to be super educated and know about all these people, and especially with where I want to take my competitive, nature, I need to pay more attention. But here's the thing that I understand about Justin Medeiros, right? This is what I've heard, is that he rarely ever really wins events. He's just super consistent. So to me, what this says is yeah, he's got consistency, but if he's not winning every single event, how can we tell that he's truly the best at everything, right? Because for me, when you go to a powerlifting meet or an Olympic weightlifting meet, or even a bodybuilding show, right? It's the best has to win each event, right? Or that's not necessarily true actually, but the best at least has to have the most total, the biggest total number. So they might not be the best at the squat, they might not be the bench or they might not be the best at the bench or the deadlift, but their total amount of strength, their overall strength has to add up to more than everybody else's. Their relative strength has to add up higher than everybody else's, which does give you a metric to go by, that they are the strongest, at least for that day. There could have been somebody stronger that, you can see the nuance here, okay? But you guys get what I'm saying. With CrossFit, when it's varying all the time, you just literally can't tell. You just can't fucking tell. And again, hold your horses with the comments. I understand. They might be the fittest in the world. They probably are. My educated guess is that they probably are the best, or the fittest in the world. But CrossFit's not the measure to go by. Maybe if we got everybody to do a VO2 max test, and we got everybody to do a strength test, and we got everybody to do, endurance test, something like that, then we could figure out who really is the strongest. If we had one event or one workout that stayed consistent every single year at the CrossFit Games, even just to figure out who really is the strongest, some type of well-rounded event. It has endurance, it has short sprinty type stuff, and it has strength all in one event, and it stays the same throughout time. Maybe then we can actually say, yeah, this is actually the best test fitness, blah, 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 blah. But we just don't have that. Now, is it entertaining? Does it show that they probably are the fittest in the world? Yeah, I agree with both of those. But I'm just saying the test of CrossFit may not be the best. So that's it, guys. I hope that I didn't trigger you guys too much. Actually, I hope I did trigger you a little bit. Please, let's start the discussion in the comment section below. Let me know if you think I'm right. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Maybe send the bats over here, Andrew Hiller. Maybe you need to tell me your opinion on this stuff. Maybe we can talk about it. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.